Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is all about my sort of like morning skincare and foundation routine. I go into talking a little bit about like products that I use on my face, skincare products, what I use to wash my face. So keep watching to see my morning skincare and foundation routine. Hi guys, so today I wanted to very quickly go over my foundation routine. There are a lot of times when you guys see me putting foundation on, but you don't see what I do beforehand, so I thought that I would kind of share that with you and then share some of my results as well. And yes, of course I have a hoodie on because it wouldn't be me or my channel unless I had a hoodie on in every other video. So okay, so what I do before I get around to doing my foundation base. Obviously I wash my face. I use my Clarisonic. I got a new head. I think this is the like deep pore cleansing brush. I don't know. I don't notice any difference. So I just like the Clarisonic. I like how it cleans. It keeps my skin clear and looking smooth. When I wash my face, I use this face wash from Origins. It's called Ginseng Refreshing Scrub Cleanser. I like this. It has little grains in it. So if you just wanted to apply it with your fingertips and sort of like rub it in, you could. Or you could use it with your Clarisonic. And I got the okay on that from the, I can't remember if it was the Origins rep that came or if it was the lady from Clarisonic. But either way, they said that it was safe enough to use together, so that's what I've been doing. I like this because, not so much now, but during the winter, my skin got really super dry, and I had to be careful as to what I used to wash my face, because a lot of face washes were stripping my skin, making it feel really tight, and I was getting even more dry patches. But with this, I haven't noticed anything like that. So this is a great cleanser if you want something just, I guess, sort of basic that won't strip your skin and make it feel tight. Something else that I wanted to talk about too, and I do this at night before bed. I probably do this maybe twice a week now, but this is probably the best money I've spent on a face product in a while. It is the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment Mask. This stuff is like a vacuum for your pores. I am prone to blackheads. I don't really get a whole lot of breakouts, but right in my nose and sort of like in this area here, I am prone to blackheads. And when I use this, it just kind of like sucks everything out. It's really gross when you think about it. But this stuff is awesome. I'm almost out. I have another employee double discount coming up at work next week, so I plan on repurchasing this. It is a bit pricey. I believe it's like $59 for this. I've not paid full price for this. But obviously, you know, if it's within your budget and you're looking for a really good mask if you have skin problems, definitely check out the Glam Glow. I don't use this, like I said, during the day. This is always at night. Okay, so as far as my, like, washing my face, that's pretty much all I do. I have a whole nighttime routine, but I've done a video on that before. I think I did. Or was that just all daytime? It's been so long I can't remember. But I have a whole nother routine that I go through at night that's a little more in-depth than my morning routine. So after I wash my face, I use these 3 items on my face after I wash it. So the first thing that I use is a serum. This is my Murad Advanced Active Radiant Serum. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my skin about how it looks brighter and more even, and I attribute that to this and also the next product that I'm going to show you. This one goes on first. Then I use this. This is from Strivectin. This is the Advanced Retinol Day Treatment with an SPF of 30. I wear this every day. Now I've had some sort of like mixed reviews on Strivectin from those of you that have used it. Some of you really like it, some of you not so much. Personally, for me, this has worked wonders on my skin. I use Strivectin at night. I have different products for at night, and then I use this one for during the daytime. And I really like it. As a matter of fact, the lady that works at a different counter where I work, she's noticed that my skin looks so much different now compared to when I first started working at the store. And she asked me what I've been doing, and I told her, I was like, well, I have these products that I got from your counter, and I really feel like they're working. The lines around my eyes here aren't as noticeable. My number 11s, and I realized, like, with this lighting, you probably can't really see it, but maybe now you can. See, I have them. And they're getting deeper. I mean, I'm going to be 42 in August, so these things are going to happen. It's inevitable. You know, I can go get Botox or facelifts or whatnot, but this is just a natural progression of my age. But I feel like using this, or like all the Strivectin products that I've been using, I really feel like it has, I don't want to say halted the aging process, but I feel like it's making aging a little more tolerable, you know, because it has smoothed out a lot of the lines around my eyes. And I started getting a lot of sagging like right in this area. And I really feel like using my Strivectin products have helped to sort of like lift and tighten and smooth. So I don't go a day without using this. Again, this is not cheap. I can't remember how much this is, but because I work in the store and we have these awesome discounts, that's when I sort of stock up on all of my Strivectin and my Myriad. So I think that this is $79 or $80, but I have had this for, I've had this for about, I'd say 6 or 7 months, and like, if I had to guess as to where I'm at right now, I'd say I've got about that much left. So, awesome product. I do recommend it. If you have a lot of sensitivity, maybe just test an area on your face, go to a counter that sells Strivectin. Ulta sells it. Get yourself a sample and try it out before you buy it. But personally, for me, I really feel like my skin looks a lot better and it's a lot brighter. Another thing that using these two has done for me also is I have freckles naturally. They're not like age spots. I don't have freckles because I laid out in the sun for years. I've had freckles my entire life. And the one thing that these two products have done is really fade the freckles that I have, like an enormous amount. When I tell people that I have freckles, they look at me cross-eyed, like, you don't have any freckles. And it's because I've been using these products. It has helped to sort of diminish the appearance of my freckles. Not that I have a problem with them. I actually think they're cute. In the summertime, they do pop up. But I like, I don't know, I like a more even appearance to my skin. So those products have worked wonders for me. What I use next is my Prep and Prime from MAC. This is the Natural Radiance, and this one is Radiant Pink. There is a yellow one. To tell you the truth, I don't really notice a difference between the yellow and red once it's on my face. So, but I do like the Prep and Prime. This one has ingredients in it that will help hydrate your skin all day, and will also help to control oil all day. Primers are good because they help your foundation to go on smoother, helps it to look better and last longer. Primers will fill in fine lines and pores, just giving your face an overall smoother appearance. So I always pop a little bit of a primer on before I use my foundation. And then as far as like brushes, I have so many different makeup brushes, or foundation brushes I should say. Lately I have been on this kick with these sort of like flat top kabuki brushes. This one is one from Dior. I have to try this one. I haven't tried it out yet. A friend is actually letting me borrow it because if I like it then I want to buy it. But it's like I don't want to buy it and then end up hating it and then have to return it. I hate returning stuff. But one second. As you can see, I'm really on this kick with these brushes. I really like them. I like how they sort of smooth foundation on, especially if you're using something that's fuller coverage. This one's really nice if you like to sort of shear down a full coverage foundation. This is actually a Sonia Kashuk brushes, and this is a number 130. I believe this is the large buffing brush, but it works awesome for foundations. And like I said, if you get a little bit too much on, you can really buff the product through with a brush this size. This one is actually a Sonia Kashuk brush. I love her brushes. I can't help it. I think all of my brushes, they're either Real Technique, Sonia Kashuk, or MAC. Those are probably my top 3 favorite brands when it comes to brushes. How did the cat get back? Kitty! How? I wanted to show you guys the cat that we... Hi! The cat that we got. Hi, Kitty. This is him. The name that they gave him at the place where we adopted him was Jeremy, and I don't really like that. So He's huge. See how big he is? He's huge. I don't call him Jeremy. I just call him Kitty. He comes when we call him that. He's in general a really good cat. He's probably the stinkiest animal I have ever encountered in my life. When he decides that he needs to use his litter box and do his business, oh my gosh, it's awful. I have tried just giving him hard food and cutting back on the wet. I've tried just giving him wet food. It doesn't matter. He is a stinky, stinky cat. But anyway, so this is weird. I let him in the room before I started filming, and just a minute ago I heard him crying, and he was out in the kitchen, and I didn't open the door, and I was sitting here filming. Nobody's home. Alright, I watch too many ghost stories on TV. That was really weird though. I let him in before I started filming, and he was just out in the kitchen. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, Sonia Kashuk. I bought this brush because I'm really avoiding buying this brush. And I thought, oh, they're kind of similar, and they're actually not. The Sonia Kashuk brush is a little bit taller. It's not slanted. And our double discount is next week, so I decided I'm just going to break down and buy this. Now, I am going to use it today, and if I love it, I'm going to buy it. But I've wanted this brush for probably 6 or 7 months. And I swear that's the reason why I keep going out and buying brushes like this, is because I'm trying to avoid buying this one. And I probably should have ended up buying this one like 7 months ago when I wanted it. I could have saved myself some money, right? This one is from Studio Gear. I love this brush. It's so weird because I'll go through these spurts where I'll use my Real Techniques. What is it? What's that one brush? It's the buffing brush. I'll use my Real Techniques brush. This is a buffing brush, and I'll use this all the time. I'll use it like every day for 2 weeks, and then I'll switch to this one. It's nice to have like a variety of brushes to choose from, especially depending on the type of foundation you're using. That's kind of like how I decide what brush that I'm going to use. But I have found that the Real Techniques buffing brush I can use with every formula of foundation that I have, and it works beautifully. So something to think about if you're on a budget. Okay, so now that I have just talked about everything that I do beforehand, I'm going to go ahead and apply all the products to my face and then put my foundation on. Okay, so when I put my Murad on, I just do 1 pump. I don't really need 2 pumps, and I just apply it with my finger, and I kind of dot it around and just sort of smooth it in. And I put it all over. Okay, so I'll usually wait maybe 30 seconds or so, or until my face doesn't feel tacky anymore, before I put my Strivectin on. I normally don't wait that long. I'm not going to lie, there are some days where I'm in a hurry and I just slap it on right after the Murad. But typically I try to wait a little bit so that my face doesn't feel like it's still damp from the Murad. And then again, I just put a little bit on my fingers, and the same thing, I dot it around, and then I smooth it in. There is actually one thing that I forgot to talk about, and I can't believe that I didn't mention this because it's sitting right in front of me. I do use an eye cream from Strivectin. This is the eye concentrate for wrinkles. It says that lines, creases, and dark circles look less visible. And it says here it takes about 2 to 8 weeks. And I just started using this not too long ago. And when I say not too long ago, I mean as in like a week. I've only been using it. But I will put this on after I put my Strivectin face cream on. And so then again, I just kind of put it on. I don't use a whole lot. And then I just sort of pat it in. Some of you may be thinking that this is a lot. I don't know, maybe some of you think it's a lot to be doing, or it's too much product, or why am I bothering? It's just my personal choice on how I want to sort of take care of my skin. I don't have a problem with the term growing old gracefully. I just don't want to, I don't know, I can't think of a really good way to explain it, but I feel like if I can keep things looking smooth. I have no problems aging. I just don't like that sort of unevenness and the deep sort of creases and the sagging. You know, eventually that's going to happen, and no cream that I use is going to change that, but just personally for me, that's how I look at it. You know, I like a brighter complexion and a smoother looking complexion. So yeah, I go through all this and I do it every day. A lot of people tell me that I look good for my age, and I've actually had some people ask me, have I had work done? I'm like, no, that just seems weird to me. But I have had people ask me that. But this is just personally for me what I like to do. It works and it makes me happy. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my primer on, and my face doesn't feel tacky. Everything's kind of soaked in. I just put one pump of the primer on the back of my hand, and typically that's all you need is just one pump. You can use your fingers or your brush to apply this. A lot of times I just like to use my fingers because I like to sort of smooth it into my face. You can use a brush if you like, but I like using my fingers because I feel like I can really sort of smooth it into the large pores on my face. Because it will help fill in sort of fine lines and pores, you know, it does work better smoothing instead of rubbing. Okay, now typically after I put my primer on, I usually will wait, depending on, again, it just depends on how much time I have. If I'm not in a rush, I'll give it some time, 30 seconds to a minute, to just sort of absorb into my skin, and then I'll go ahead and apply my foundation. So for today's video, I'm just going to use my Studio Fix Fluid. It's a full coverage. I don't wear it as a full coverage, but you obviously wear how much you like, whatever product you like. Just personally for me, I don't particularly like a fuller coverage. I do like the Studio Fix because you can sort of customize it, I guess, according to what you want. So on a day when you want just a little bit of coverage, you do one pump and just smooth it all over and you're good. On the days where you feel like you need extra coverage, you can do 1.5 pumps or even 2 pumps so that you can get that full coverage finish to your skin. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brush. This is actually, like I said, it's a Dior brush. I don't know the number, but this is what it looks like. And this is the handle. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. Now, a friend of mine, like I said, who has this brush, she uses it with the Air Flash, the Dior Air Flash. Now, typically when I apply my foundation, I start in the center of my face, because for me, and I would have to say most women, that's where you have the most discoloration. You know, redness, broken capillaries, things like that. So I start in the center of my face and work the product out towards my jawline. Okay, so first thoughts with this brush. I do like it. It's a little bit on the stiff side. I'm hoping that maybe with like repeated use, maybe it will loosen up just a little bit. But I do like it. I don't feel like I need as much product because I still have quite a bit of foundation left on my hand, and that's just one pump. I feel like it's doing a really good job of moving the foundation around, and like I said, giving me that sort of flawless look. Alright, so I do like that. I used half of what I would normally use on my face with this brush. The one thing that I do really like about it is that the foundation, once I took some off of my hand, I didn't have to keep going back in. It was almost like it's hard to explain, but the foundation, I feel like it kind of sank down a little bit in the bristles. And so when I would push just a little bit harder, more foundation would come out, so that I would have to like dip back into my hand less. Because normally with a lot of brushes, I would have used an entire pump on my face, and even though I blend my face to death, I still would have used the entire pump, and I didn't. So I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase this brush. I do like how it feels. It is soft. It's very dense. The bristles in here are packed in pretty dense. So I like it. So I think my next video, you guys will definitely be seeing this brush. Another thing that I do, obviously I like to use concealer. I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer too. Now, I'm kind of purpley blue in here, just in the inner corners. So for that, I like to use a color corrector. I use the MAC Prep and Prime Bright Forecast. It has a peachy tint to it. Also, what you guys, I mean, most of you know that for years I've been using the Pixie Peach Corrector from Pixie. I just said Pixie twice. It's a peach concentrate. I don't have it in front of me. But you can get it from Target or probably like the Pixie website. But it says Peach Correction Concentrate or something. But it's a brightening peach corrector. And you can use that, or you can use something like this. But anything with sort of like that orange base to it will help to sort of negate the appearance of any blueness that you have in your under eye area. So just in putting that peach corrector, it really got rid of the darkness in here. It doesn't look as bad as it did. I should have zoomed in. Sorry. I should have zoomed in before I put that on. But I really do like anything that has any kind of like peach, a peach tint to it. It's awesome for that, for color correcting. So then I'm going to use a little bit of my Pro Longwear concealer. And then for any spot concealing, typically if you're going to spot conceal on your face, you want to use a concealer that is the same color as your foundation. So I have a little Studio Finish. This is a NC25 concealer, and I use that same brush, and I just go right into the areas where I need a little more coverage. And at the base of my nose, I have a bunch of broken capillaries, which hopefully soon will be gone. I'm going to go see somebody about getting them, like, what is that, lasered, so that they disappear, because I really, really can't stand them. And then, like, you have the odd blemish on your face anywhere you can conceal. I just like using the fluffier brush for this. So that's it. Those are the steps that I take before I even put any foundation on my face. Those are all the products that I use. Again, for some of you, it may seem like a bit much. Some of you just want to put your foundation on and walk out the door. I say to each his own. Do what makes you happy. Do what you feel is best. But for me, these are the steps that I take every day before I put any makeup on, and I feel like it's paying off. So let me know what you guys think of my routine. If you would like to share your foundation routine, you can leave a video response or just sort of leave it in the comments below. If you have any questions, of course, please ask. Again, because I'm not on YouTube every day, if you have questions and it's just something that you really want answered, you can always find me on Instagram, and I leave all that information below. Again, my Instagram is set to private, but if you could request, I will, of course, accept. But I find that that's the easiest way to sort of communicate. There are quite a few of you that I'm friends with here on YouTube, that I'm friends with on Instagram, and we comment on each other's pictures all the time. And so I've kind of like built a relationship with a lot of you guys through Instagram, and I just feel like that's sort of like an easier way to sort of like get to know people, or again, to just converse, because lately I've been really sort of preoccupied and maybe a little bit lazy with my YouTube. I don't mean to be, but it just kind of happens. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you use any products on your face that you really believe in and you think work awesome, please leave those below for me in the comments. I'm always looking for something, you know, like if something new. I have my Strivectin, which I believe is tried and true, and I love that. But if you have any other suggestions for other products, I would really love to hear about them. So let me know what you guys think. Have a great day, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.